welcome to a video here on my channel. My name is Casey. Welcome to Kaciecuse, everyone. So today is my first ever Money Monday video. If you are new to my channel or new to my new format on this channel, I will leave a video linked above about how I am running things on my channel now. And every Monday, you're going to be getting a money-related video from me, starting today. I have a lot of finance affairs to get in order here. If you're not familiar with me as a person that manages money, I'm terrible at managing money. And if you're not familiar what I'm going to be doing here on Money Mondays, basically, I'll just give you a quick overview since this is the first ever Money Monday video. So here on Money Mondays, we are going to be going over all things related to money. How to budget, how I budget, what's my debt look like, how many credit cards do I have, how to incorporate money saving when it comes to your wedding, your home, stuff like that. I have read this lovely book by Dave Ramsey. Actually, that's a lie. I've read like the first few chapters of this book. I have to finish this book. This will be something I'll update you on, but I'm very familiar with Dave Ramsey and all his methods on saving money and having a total money makeover. So I really do have to finish reading this book to fully be inspired and get the ball rolling with my finances. I'm very familiar with the snowballing effect when it comes to credit card debt and any kind of debt. So I have to finish reading this, and this is part of my journey right here, is listening to this guy, Dave Ramsey, in our corner for Money Mondays. And I will probably be referring to him a lot through, as the weeks and months go by. So starting today, what I want to do, and something that I've thought about doing for a really, really long time, is cutting up my credit cards. Dave Ramsey in our corner for Money Mondays, and I will probably be referring to him a lot through, as the weeks and months go by. So starting today, what I want to do, and something that I've thought about doing for a really, really long time, is cutting up my credit cards. Today in this video, there's two things that I want to tackle. First off, I want to share with you guys my debt journey, what's the word that we want to call it, explaining to you how I got into so much debt. I don't even know exactly how much debt that I'm in. I just know that it's bad, and I have a lot of credit cards that contribute to that debt. So I'm gonna share that story with you, as well as at the end of this video, as a reward and to kick off the series, I'm going to cut all of my credit cards, like physically take the skizzies to the cards and slice them in half so that I can't put my paws on them anymore. Literally up until this day, it's January 31st, and I used a credit card today, like a literal credit card today, to buy something. And it's out of control, guys. It's really out of control. So I'm going to go ahead and begin by telling you my story. Alright, so I am 28 years old. I am engaged to my wonderful fiance, Brendan, and he is fantastic with money. He's super encouraging, motivating. He's always trying to help me figure out a way to manage my money and save money, and he's just super supportive and encouraging in that realm, and he's really good at it. So thank God I found a guy that is good with money, because growing up in my home with my mom and my dad, money was always an issue and a problem. And I don't want to go into too many details, but it just, growing up, things just were tense in our lives because of money, and how poorly my parents were not able to manage their finances. And I don't really want to go into too much detail, but my parents are my everything. I love them to death, but they didn't teach me really anything good when it comes to balancing a checkbook and saving money or anything like that. And my mother is the biggest proponent against that, and really kind of with all the ways that I saw her spend money growing up, I kind of naturally inherited that ability to spend money. And I don't even want to call it an ability, it's a cripple, like a handicap that I have. My dad is actually a lot better with money than my mom, but being married to my mom is like sucking a vortex financially out of somebody. So I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. This isn't about my parents. I'm just letting you know like the environment that I grew up in. Middle class, spoiled. My parents gave me everything under the sun my whole life. My mom, my grandma completely spoiled us. We always lived in like a nice house. We went to a nice school. We had nice clothes. We went on vacations, out to dinner. We really never went without anything our whole lives. Christmases were always abundant and over the top. Still to this day, my mom spends a lot of money on Christmas. And it's just a lot. Sorry if you hear my dog chewing on her bone in the background, but it's keeping her busy. So we're gonna try to ignore that. So going along with the fact that my parents spoiled me, when it came time for me to find a job and go to college, I was coddled a little bit. Nala, when I was in high school, I definitely wanted to have a job like any normal kid in high school and like earn money for myself, for my life, and all of that. And I definitely looked for jobs. I searched for jobs. I applied to jobs starting probably my sophomore year in high school, and I never actually got a job while I was in high school, and I really couldn't tell you the reason why. To this day, it's still kind of like a mystery to me. I was a student that had really good grades. I participated in like after school activities. I was involved in sports and my church and stuff like that. So I was pretty well rounded, and I took my studies and everything very seriously, and I got good grades. Like I was a good student. So I have no idea to this day why I wasn't hired to work as a high school student. It didn't happen for me. It didn't work out that way. And I didn't really ask my parents for a whole lot during those times in my life, like late high school going into college. I just kind of was a quiet girl. I was shy in high school, so I didn't really socialize too much and need money to go do things. So that being said, no job in high school. Moving on to college. Now, first of all, you need to know where I went to college and where I got accepted. It was always my dream my whole life growing up to go to Syracuse University. And that's just like what I did. Like that was the only thing I manifested out of my childhood, was going to the college of my dreams, and I made it happen for myself. And I got accepted and enrolled and everything. And I never thought, like, in the back of my mind, like, how am I gonna pay for this when I'm done with school? Like, it never really crossed my mind. It didn't really hit me until after school, like, holy crap, I have a ton of debt from college. Like, that was the first introduction to debt that I really encountered. Syracuse University is a very expensive school. I don't even know how much tuition is, but I think it's like $50,000 a year. So for a grand total of $200,000 for a college education, which is astronomical, to say the least. And I was a smart kid, but I didn't get any scholarships. I didn't have like outstanding anything in high school. I was like above average-ish with my grades, so I didn't like win any awards. I didn't apply for anything. I just didn't think, let me get some money from grants or loans and stuff like that. It just didn't cross my mind at any point in time. And my parents didn't really make me feel like it was going to be an issue. They had to take out loans, which I didn't even really realize when I was in school, to help me pay for it. So they have loans that they're paying on still from my college education, as well as me paying on several loans, several large loans currently right now, and they're killing me. They're literally killing me, the amount of money that I have to dish out towards my debt from Syracuse University. That's the big looming cloud over my debt story, is my Syracuse University freaking debt. Big debt. So I didn't really have any savings going into college except for like the bonds that my grandfather gave me. I didn't like save any money for my graduation party. I don't know where it went. I think I bought a computer, and then my dad bought me a car. So I was like set going into college. I thought I had it all figured out, but you know, I didn't. My first year of college I commuted, so I lived at home and I commuted back and forth to school and back, and then I moved onto campus my sophomore year, and right before my sophomore year is when I got my first ever job, my first ever paying job. I worked as a patient safety representative in a hospital. I freaking loved that job so much, and it really inspired me to become a nurse, which is what I am now. I'm an RN, but I didn't know I was going to be an RN while I was going to SU up until like the very end of my career at SU. So I worked as this PSR all through college. I was just like a hard-working college student. I did pretty good in my classes. I got pretty good grades in class, and then I would work. I'd socialize. I had a really well-rounded college career, and I had a lot of fun in college. I don't have any real regrets other than the credit card debt that I began to acquire. 6 months after I started my job, I think I got like my first credit cards. I had an American Eagle store credit. That was the first credit card that I got, and then I also got an Old Navy store credit as well. So I started out with those 2 credit cards, and I would buy clothes from American Eagle and Old Navy. You know, through college it was hard to, I mean, I didn't really have any other payments besides my car payment, and I think I was paying my car insurance as well. That was really all I had, and then I was using these credit cards to buy my clothes, not really realizing that I should just have used the money that I got in my paycheck to pay for clothes. So I racked up a lot of debt from the store credits, and eventually swiping my card in the stores one day, they asked me if I wanted to upgrade my cards to Visas. And I didn't really understand what that meant. So I said yes. They upgraded my cards. So I had 2 Visas from American Eagle and Old Navy. And when they came in the mail, I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, I don't understand. And my mom literally said to me, you can spend that anywhere you want, Case. You can go buy this and this and this and that with this card. And I did. Literally didn't understand the idea behind a credit card. Like, spending it, you have to pay. I mean, I knew you had to pay the money back somehow, but I just racked up the debt on those cards and just paid the minimum amount every month on them. So I really didn't learn the value. Nala. I just had a really bad habit of just spending that on whatever I needed to in school, whether it be food, going out with friends, buying alcohol, buying stuff for parties, anything, literally anything. During my SU career, I would put on my credit cards and not think twice about it. So I just racked up a ton of debt from that, like really large credit card debt. So on top of those 4 credit cards, I think I also had like an Amazon Prime card or something like that. It was a Visa as well. It had a small amount on it, but I also had that credit card. So I had 5 credit cards in total when I graduated SU. So after I graduated with a bachelor's in photography with a minor in education studies, and I decided like my last semester, my senior year, that I was going to start applying to nursing school right out of college at SU. So I started working on my prerequisites, and luckily I went part-time at my job, same job that I had since my sophomore year in college, and I was able to pay for the classes with like a loan from work that they would pay up to, I think, like $2,500 a year for classes of any kind towards, like, you know, promoting your career. And since I was going for nursing, they were more than happy to give me that money and reimburse me for my classes. So I got reimbursed for all my prerequisites that I took for nursing school. So that was a big thing that helped me with my new career. So I was very lucky and fortunate to have that benefit through work, and I highly encourage you, if you have any sort of benefits at your job to further your education, that you take advantage of them, because it's amazing the money you can save by doing that. So I didn't pay for any of that myself. It all was paid for from work. Also, I have to make a note that the nursing school that I went to was also affiliated with the hospital that I was working at. And my mom had been working at that hospital for 20 plus years. So I applied to the college well knowing that my mom being an employee, I got the employee benefit. So nursing school I also got to go to completely for free for the most part. I did have to take out small loans here and there. I got some like grants and stuff to pay for just like the balance between like books and stuff. Like I got a little bit of financial aid and stuff while I was going to nursing school. So I was a little tiny amount of debt from nursing school, but not enough to like make me freak out about it by any means. I luckily got to go to nursing school and get my second degree completely free, which is amazing. And I know full well that if I couldn't have gone to school again, I couldn't have gone to school for another degree if it wasn't going to be completely paid for. Nursing is a career that really is going to help bring me out of my debt, my tremendous debt. So I'm gonna kind of backtrack a little bit. So after I graduated SU and I was working on my prerequisites, I was working a lot in the hospital. Again, I was part-time, so I was working full-time really. I was working over 60 hours a week at some points. I wasn't making very much money. I got paid bi-weekly, but that was the first time in my life I really had a handle on my life. Brendan and I moved into this house with my grandma, who was living at the time, to help her out, and I was kind of thriving at that time in my life. That's when I started my YouTube channel. It's when I realized I needed to buckle down on my finances for the first time, and I turned towards consolidated credit to get a hold of my finances. So I consolidated my 5 credit cards, and I vowed to myself that I would never open any more credit cards ever again after that. Little did I know, maybe a month or two after I consolidated my credits, I opened my next credit card, which is terrible. So I was paying on my credit cards through consolidated credit, which basically meant they were going to reduce the monthly cost of my credit card bills into one payment and pay them all off together. I actually have good news. I finally finished paying off my consolidated credit payment last month, or rather January was my last payment, so now I know. So I'm so happy that I don't have to make a payment towards that anymore. I paid off those 5 credit cards. But in the meantime, between then and now, I have a lot of credit cards, guys. A lot. That's like the gist of my journey. I don't want to talk too long about this. This is already like a half an hour video, so we're gonna end it there. Just know that the credit cards didn't end with consolidated credit. I am embarrassed by the amount of credit cards that I've taken out. Why, you might ask, that I take out so many credit cards? I don't know. Just to pay for things in the now, and I wasn't really thinking ahead about how this was going to affect me in the long run, acquiring so much credit. I just was like, you know what, I need to pay for this right here, right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and open up a credit card. And it wasn't a smart thing to do, and I'm not proud of it. So I have this ginormous wallet that can hold like lots and lots of credit cards. And I actually had this completely filled, so much so that I had cards in the middle as well. So yeah. The only cards that I have in here now that I just took out all my credit cards is just like my regular bank card and then my Target debit card, which, if you guys don't know, that's a good way to save money, but I'm going to keep that one because it goes directly to my bank account. It's not like a credit. So my wallet's a lot lot lighter because of that. So I have in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 credit cards. And actually more than this, because I feel like some of them I don't have in front of me. Like my Amazon, I have an Amazon store card that is like completely like, I probably actually have it, but it's like all digital, so I never pay for it in person. So I have that one, and then my QVC credit, which I maxed out a long time ago, and I've been paying on it ever since. And not to mention, not only do I have all these credit cards, but I've maxed them all out, and I'm paying the minimum payment on all of them right now, and that's so embarrassing to say. I actually had a few of them like completely paid off before Christmas or right after Christmas, and then I ended up spending them during Christmas and kind of maxing them out again. So I think this is going to be therapeutic. I saw one of my good friends do this like a year ago when she was done with nursing school. She cut up all her cards, and I don't really know how she's doing, but I just know that cutting them, I feel like it's something I have to do because I swipe them so much, and I also have to just delete all the info that I have on my computer, because online shopping is so easy when you have these like programmed into your computer. So I'm gonna slice these babies. I'm gonna start with my Dick's card. This is the Dick's Sporting Goods card for rewards and stuff. I don't know. I'm cutting it up. Oh my god. This is actually really, really hard, and it's like sad for me to say that. That's like when you know you really have an issue. I have to return something to J. Crew, and I used my card, so I hope that I'm still able to do that. But here goes nothing, and if not, I'll just sell it or something. So I have a J. Crew credit card. I don't know when I got that one, but I love J. Crew clothes, and I picked that one up and signed up for it one Christmas. I literally use that card every year to get my sister's Christmas gifts and myself stuff throughout the year too. It's terrible. Next I have my JCPenney card that I got in 2016. I remember the day that I opened this up. It was to buy my cousin Natalie a birthday present. And I think the reason that I ended up getting so many more cards was because I was in nursing school, and I wasn't able to freaking work during nursing school. I did work, but my hours were slim to none because I had to focus on nursing school. So that's why I ended up with all these cards, because I'm like, I need to pay for this now, and I will pay it off later when I'm an RN and I'm making lots of money. Here I am, an RN making lots of money and paying off all my bad mistakes. JCPenney. Oh, I'm a gold status member because I maxed it out so many times. Great. This one's gonna be hard too. I'm a Victoria's Secret Forever Pink Angel card holder. Gone. This one's not gonna be that hard. I have an Ulta card, and I'm not sure when I opened it up, but I don't shop there that often. If I buy anything, it's usually for my sister, like as gifts. A lot of my cards that I've opened up are like so I can buy people presents, which, I mean, I just need to cut back probably on gift giving. So Ulta, I love you, but bye-bye. Nordstrom, which is another card that I opened up to pay for Christmas one year. And I really maxed that one out. That one had a lot on it, and I'm still like, it's insane. My Kohl's charge. This one's really gonna be hard to cut up, but I digress. I love Kohl's so much. I will always shop there. Great deals on everything. Oh my god. This one I probably had, so I've been a card holder. I've had a credit, a Target credit, credit card. Target Red card since 2015. I use this card probably more than any of my others, and this is gonna be really hard, but I do have the Target debit card, so I'm still gonna get the 5% off whenever I shop at Target, and that was kind of the only reason I was holding on to this one, was because of that. But now I have the other card and I'm good to go. Oh my god, that was really fucking hard. Okay, these next two are Visas. I have a TJ Maxx, Marshall's Home Goods credit card, and I use this literally all the time. Like if I have $14 on it, I'll use it to buy a coffee, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm a new person. This next one I actually can't chop because it's also my Costco like card to get in like my pictures on it, but I just gotta refrain from using it. I'm just gonna have to be strong with this one and not spend any money when I swipe for gas. Like it's so easy just to be like, use Costco credit, but maybe I can convince my fiance to like switch with me and I'll take his card and he can have mine, and then we'll be peachy. But I just cut up all my credit cards. I can't even believe it, but it had to be done, and I've been thinking about doing that for so long, and now that it's done and over with, I actually feel freed, and now I can put things in my wallet like gift cards and little rewards cards. Like I have a TJ Maxx rewards card and my Wegmans Shoppers Club card and my Union card, and you know, my little punch cards from when I go get my nails done, and my casino card. So stuff like that. And then I have my health insurance card in here too. So those are important things that should be in your wallet, and not so many credit cards. Like I can't even believe my life got that insane where I had that many credit cards, and now my Dooney and Burke wallet is free of credit cards. What a wonderful feeling. Alright guys, so that is kind of where I'm at now. So moving forward, I really want to get control of my finances for my own good and to make my fiance happy. We're going to be married soon, and that's like the one thing that I have in me that's super flawed that he really doesn't like about me, is how bad I am with money. And there's so many things I need to implement from here on out to get a hold of it, and a lot of work that I need to do, and I think getting rid of all of that really is therapeutic and helpful. One step towards financial freedom, and I'm ready to tackle it. So thank you guys all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know if you ever cut up your credit cards. And yeah, just, you know, leave some encouragement down below, because this is gonna be hard for me. I'm a shopaholic, shopping addict, if you will, and I need help, and I'm helping myself. So if you have any tips for me too, leave those down below. Subscribe to my channel for more Money Monday videos like this from me. Hit that notification bell so that we're getting a little bit lighter on Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, we have Tarot Tuesdays. Now, what does that mean? You guys probably didn't even know that I have any interest